What is up, guys? Dashing here. We are live for Shockwave number 139 post Ascendance XIII, which of course, absolutely unbelievable 3 days in Detroit. Want to thank everyone again who tuned in and watched and participated and contributed to making that, no doubt about it, the biggest show in CMV history. Some truly unforgettable moments, Ascendance moments. But no rest for the wicked here in CMV, my friends. We keep moving, and a whole new chapter begins, a fresh start for many, as we now move toward Dark Carnival in just a couple of weeks. That's our next special event. And Battle Scars 11, you can already hear my voice is still struggling. I probably should have taken another week, but I can't. I'm physically incapable, man. I need my weekly dose of CMV myself. And as this is post-Ascendance, like I said, new chapter, we've got a lot of new faces here in CMV. We're about to see two of them on Shockwave go at it to kick things off this evening. We just saw Mike Magnum Maxwell, and he'll be taking on Diamante. A hell of a show we have this evening, my fine feathered friends. Of course, it's the Shockwave after Ascendance. We've got some huge matchups, including right here. Get this. It could main event in Ascendance, quite honestly. Bob Luger, Shay Hoxton, one-on-one. And how about our main event? Maggie Shaw, fresh off of potentially ending the career of Beatrice Lotus at Ascendance 13, will go one-on-one with Women's World Champion, still Women's World Champion, Alice Blake. That's our main event. But indeed, a fresh dose of newcomers here in CMV. Not just on Shockwave, we'll see some debuts as well this weekend on Octane, men and women. But for one of these lads here, either Triple M or Diamante, to get their career started on the right foot with a victory. Both of these young men wanted the opportunity. Now it's their chance to prove that they deserve to be here in CMV. Which one is going to kick things off? Mike Magnum Maxwell, Diamante, one-on-one. Right into a call double time. Going to feel each other out at the start of this one. Pushed into the corner by Triple M here. Will we get a clean break? We will. A little bit of respect between these two newcomers. Will show not just the fans, the CMV universe, but the locker room, perhaps more importantly, exactly who they are, what they're all about, what they bring to the table. Thanks, by the way, guys, for all of these subs and gifted subs. I just saw that. Hype Train level 3 here. Bless. Appreciate you. As Mike grab Diamante by the head, pull him up into the fireman's carry position, walk him all the way over to the ropes, giving him a taste of that top rope, and then going to spread them legs for a double leg drop to where the sun don't shine. God damn, this man is non-stopping her here. What a combination by Maxwell, who puts a cherry on top of that beautiful springboard moonsault. Perhaps not the greatest start to this matchup for Diamante. He's going to take an early breather, probably the best idea considering the last minute of this matchup. We also got some championship gold on the line here tonight, guys. The Undisputed Elite wasting no time, cashing in on their, well, specifically Suplex's Slick B Memorial Battle Royal win. And they have chosen to challenge for the Trios Championship. That's right here tonight. Undisputed Elite challenge the 400, but Now, it's concerning that Xander Slate has not been seen in the arena yet. He did not arrive with everybody else with the rest of the 400. Muller Neveka and Silas Blackwell are here, but we saw following Ascendance XIII, Slate obviously losing his global championship. That shocking cash-in by Kai Victory. He's not taking it well. Hopefully he makes it here in time. That matchup later on has full control. Mike Magnum Maxwell is in right now. Diamante's going to come up with something in quick because he is getting trounced. I don't know a much better way to put it. Diamante, despite having the superior height, both these guys kind of similar build. Maxwell, though, catching him with that gorgeous Pele kick, continually mocking him. He gets to his feet. Grabbing him by the back. They're going to take him for a little bit of a walk. Look at the arm over his shoulder. Up against the ropes. Gonna catch him. Tries for a big old spinning back kick. Diamante still running the ropes here. There we go. And finally a sign of life from Diamante. He's not dead yet. He's going to very quickly go for the legs. This is a great idea, in my opinion, seeing that we've learned quickly in this matchup, Maxwell likes to take to the air. A quick one. So Diamante going to try to take out them legs, ground him. That's textbook. Oh, and a bow tie backbreaker by this big guy. Very tall is Diamante. He delivers some kicks to the face. And a big kick right to the back. He's kicking the hell out of this man right now. He's going to go up to Brett's rope. Stalking Maxwell from afar. Going to take that dive. The Cam Harris special. Double axe handle. Off the ropes with another double axe handle. This time across the chest. And now it's Mike's turn to take a break at ringside. But Diamante's on him like a monkey on a cupcake, saying, "You ain't going far, brother." Going to try for a suplex on the floor. Nice escape, though, by Triple M. He's going to take out the back of the knee. Grabbing him by that man bun. He's rocking here. Elbows, though. Going to stop that. Coming up from behind, maybe. Oh, damn! Big slam on the floor. And I think that might have just changed the complexion of this matchup. What's the count at? I think the count's at 5. Diamante going to break the count, though. I can appreciate that. I respect that. Probably could have won there by count of, whoa! Big man! And the Wolves howl. Diamante, he has turned things around in a big way in this match. Very impressive. I'm impressed with both these guys so far. Like I said, though, only one of them can pick up the dub, the debut dub. And it looks like it might be Diamante. No, Maxwell. Nicely done to counter there. Kick across the chest has Diamante down. STF. Modified STF. Looks like he's got his hand right in Diamante's mouth. Blocking his nostrils as well. But a good escape by Diamante. I think he busted open. Oh, what a stomp, though. Goomba stomped him. 1, 2. 2.999. We're seeing some ring awareness more akin to a veteran than this rookie Diamante here. Able to roll out of the ring to avoid potentially getting pinned again. Maxwell's got a really nasty cut above his right eye, it looks like, from that elbow a minute ago. But indeed, we're celebrating the spooky season at the end of this month, guys. Dark Carnival returns. Shotgun. Blast to the back of the head. Attempted Diamante. Looks to fire back. He did not get all that clothesline, though. Now he gets caught. Ooh, look at Diamante's throat is all bruised up. Gotta be from being locked in that STF a moment ago. His face paint is almost entirely wiped off at this point. These two are beating the hell out of each other. What a performance by both men. Welcome to CMV. Neither is backing down. Knife edge chop for knife edge chop. They're going shot for shot here. And now they're just saying the hell with it. Standing and banging. Who's going to get the better, though? Diamante does. And the big man, what a Uranagi. That's got to be it. It's over. Oh, and the cheekiness The dirty heel pin on top of it, but still. Triple M able to kick out, but now gets caught in a rear naked choke. Body scissors and all. Taken down to the canvas. Maxwell's in trouble. But Diamante going to release the hold. I guess sensing that Maxwell was not going to tap out there, but up to the top goes Diamante now. Big splash. Come on, man. That's got surely. 1, 2. Eyes wide, jaw on the canvas. Diamante understandably shook that did not get the 3 count. Mike Magnum Maxwell certainly putting his resiliency on display for us all here in his debut. And that cut, though, is just getting worse. Above his right eye, and Diamante is certainly not slowing down. He is keeping on. Maxwell here, maybe now, will take that count-out win. But look at this. Diamante's telling him, come on, boy. You got something left, and it looks like Maxwell does. Ali, man. Diamante, his entire face. Look at his nose. He might have a broken nose. Look at that bruising. That ain't stopping him, though. Here comes Maxwell. Not finished yet. Gonna spin Diamante around. What a way to kick off this post-Ascendance XIII episode of Shockwave. Big forearm from Diamante. He's gonna stomp the back of the knee. Getting a good look at that throat of Diamante. Watch out, ref. I don't think you want to get caught between these two right now. Slammed face first off the top turnbuckle. Turned around. Diamante's just beating the hell out of this man right now. Shoulder first into the steel ring post. Looking for a stop. Maxwell trying to do all he can to push back, but to no avail. Think about how this match started. Mike Magnum Maxwell was dominating. It's been completely reversed at this point. Elbow to the heart. And will that be enough? Yes, it will. What the hell? Crimson? Well, Diamante doesn't even have a second to celebrate his debut win before Crimson hits the ring and takes out Diamante and Triple M in one fell swoop. Well, looks like Crimson isn't a fan of these newcomers here on Shockwave, and, well, he just made sure they know it. Crimson, unlike myself, but I'm sure most of you, not impressed, it seems, with that matchup between... Oh, what is this? Well, guys, we're set for more action. Pierre Campbell of Total One-on-One with Tobias Jones, but it looks like we're going to have ourselves a ringside guest for this matchup. Anarchy champion Ahmed is here, and, well, as is tradition in CMV post-Ascendance, there are a lot of trades between Shockwave and Octane, and Ahmed is indeed now officially a Shockwave superstar and has brought the Anarchy Championship with him. Seems like he's keen on scoping out the competition his first night here on Shockwave. If he did miss it, Ahmed at Ascendance 13, day 2 it was. Phenomenal matchup. Defeated AK Bunny to become the new Anarchy champion, his very first championship win here in CMV. It's very wise, I think, by Ahmed to come out here and make himself known to the roster. Say, hey, I'm here now. I'm the champion. And getting to know who very well may be his competition in the future. Campbell going to try to focus on the task at hand, as is Tobias Jones. Both had pretty great performances at Ascendance. I mean, Pierre Campbell made it to the final 2 of the Slick B Memorial Battle Royal before he was eliminated, obviously, by Suplex. And Tobias Jones made it to the final 4 or 5 of the men's gauntlet eliminator match, which, of course, was eventually won by Tops Newsom making his return. Whew. Nice start here between these two, Campbell and Jones, as Ahmed, you can see there in the background, has popped the squad at ringside. A hold of that shoulder does Tobias. And I wonder if he's running to his brother yet, because the regulators are now officially Shockwave superstars. Both Emmett Jones and Aaron Stone traded to Shockwave. Jones family reunion. I'm sure that's not what on mind right now, though, especially with the Anarchy champion now watching his matchup very closely. Up on the shoulders. Nice escape there, though, by the former Intercontinental champion. Big reverse DDT by Campbell. Came so close to winning that Slick B Memorial Battle Royal. It was one mistake, albeit a pretty hilarious mistake. I'm sure Pierre Campbell didn't find it very funny. That cost him the match in the end. Big overhand punch. And now a single knee gutbuster. Trying to crack some ribs. And indeed transitions into a half. Camel clutch doesn't last very long before Tobias Jones is out of it, though. Now an Irish whip. Oh! Right at the feet of Ahmed, who doesn't budge. Remaining seated is Tobias with a tilt-a-whirl head scissors, putting Campbell down on the floor hard. The Anarchy champion is not seeing all that impressed. Back in the ring now. These two going back and forth. Tobias Jones getting the upper hand. Big clothesline out of the ring. And again, Tobias letting himself get distracted here. The Anarchy champion's out of his seat now. Ahmed perhaps looking to throw down right here, right now. Oh, wait a minute. Pierre tried to capitalize on the distraction, but Tobias must have had eyes in the back of his head to see that one coming. Just sent Campbell careening into the Anarchy champion. Now Jones getting Campbell back into the ring. Going to look to take advantage. Oh, what a reversal. Turn that into a powerbomb. Ahmed is out of here. He's seen enough, I guess. As he get a big knee. No, Tobias somehow able to recover quickly from getting caught with that powerbomb. Now looking to mount a comeback trip up. Woo! Tobias feeling it here. He is not going to let Pierre Campbell get far. Dragging him out into position for a pin. I don't know if this is going to be enough to do it. I was going to say I'd be pretty shocked if that would be a 3 count. Misses that moonsault. Pierre Campbell to his feet, but very slowly. DDT, though. Hook of the leg. Does Campbell have it in the bag? No, kick out at 1. Tobias to the ropes. Great instinct on his part. But unfortunately for him, Campbell, like white on rice. Not letting that man get too far. I guess Ahmed got all that he wanted to out of this matchup, scoped out the competition. Whatever he was trying to do with Tobias Jones there obviously did not go his way. Campbell. Trying to set up for something. Whoa, both guys just throwing themselves at each other. Neither. Coming out on top, though. Scoop slam on the hardest part of the ring, as we all well know. What's the count at? Count at 5. Tobias Jones back in the ring. Campbell's up on the top. He says, to hell with it. The Cam Harris special. Will it get the job done? No, just a 1 count, 1.5. Campbell doesn't wait going. Not so fast. Tobias, though. Jones family. Staple that cliffhanger. DDT making sure to tuck in the arms. And a no. Close indeed, but no cigar. Here comes out of the corner. As Campbell got back to his feet, immediately put back down with that moonsault. And a drop kick to the back of the neck. Now it's Campbell, who's retreating to the outside, if only momentarily, but Tobias Jones says no breaks. Powerbomb on the floor. And I think that might be the end of this matchup right there. Head kick though, Campbell. Still in this one. Fast escape by Tobias Jones, able to target the back of the knee. Can he get back into the ring though? Yes, he can. Be a shame for such a great match to end by a count out. Both these guys, I'm sure, wanting to prove themselves. He'd be next in line to challenge Ahmed for that Anarchy Championship. Drop kick by Campbell. Northern Light suplex. Look at the strength. Rolls through into a brainbuster. Middle of the ring. 1, 2. But still, it is not enough. So late in this matchup for Pierre Campbell to still possess that upper body strength. Well, he's wasting no time. The Michinoku driver right on the CMV logo. Kick out of 1. What? Look at Campbell say, I don't think so. Gonna get dragged down. Bottom of the Thames. Cameron Cray style. Will it be enough though? Will Tobias tap? No, an escape. How about Tobias Jones? In the heart of this young man tonight. Tries to go low, but unfortunately Campbell got that knee up, elbows down to the gut. It's back and forth in between these two. Into the corner, Campbell is sent. Jones. Turn him around, get a good look at that ass. Now it's not the time, though. Damn! Tobias beating the hell out of this man in the corner here. Turn him around again. Pierre says enough already. Golly. The total package. From behind. German suplex. Peekaboo dead. That's gotta do it. 1, 2. And Campbell begins to get frustrated. I can understand why. But he's locked in. A second. Michinoku driver. Bam. Count to 100. 1, 2, 3. And Pierre Campbell gets the win. What a match. Well, Ahmed, guys, wanted to get a good look at his new competition here on Shockwave. And I'd say, if I were him at least, I might be worried after these two just put on one hell of a matchup. Pierre Campbell had to Very nearly pull out the Glock to keep Tobias Jones down here. My God. But that second Michinoku driver does the deed. That was the first one right there. Here it was, the second and final Michinoku driver. Might have the best in all of CMV today. Pierre Campbell might have missed out on that Ascendance XIII win. This young kid living up to his name, the total package. Great win for Pierre Campbell. And the action, my friends, just keeps on going. Here's Shockwave number 139. It's already been just 3 matches in. Some bangers, especially between Diamante and Michael Magnum Maxwell there to kick things off. It would have been better if Crimson didn't ruin the vibe afterwards, attacking the both of them. We still have some more incredible action to come, including, I think, this could be a show stealer right here. Marina's story. Set to go one-on-one with our new television champion, Sophia Eve Faith, who has herself a new mentor in the form of Danielle Davis. Indeed, after miraculously capturing that television championship at Ascendance XIII on such short notice, the stars really did align for Sophia Eve Faith in Detroit. Obviously, with what happened to Gianna being injured, out of action for who knows how long. And what the doctors are saying, it could be permanent, which is very unfortunate, but you know, the show must go on. And so the championship was vacated. Thanks to Thea talking me into it. I wasn't even going to have a new champion crowned at Ascendance, but Thea indeed lit that fire up under my ass. And well, we saw Sophia Eve Faith take each other on day 3. And what actually turned out to be one of the best matches of the entire event, all 3 days. And Faith, the ultimate underdog here in CMV no more, besting the fiery Frenchwoman to become the new television champion. But now, Sophia, who had a very wise move, not too proud to ask for help, went to Danielle Davis and asked, hey, I'm a champion now. I want to keep this championship. You're one of the best. You're a locker room leader. You know, we've been helping each other out the last couple of weeks. I would love it if you could train me, help me out. And Danielle Davis agreed. As we see the former Women's World Champion, at ringside for this non-title matchup. It's Brina Story, you know for sure, wanting to bounce back after the Mighty Bees lost their Women's Tag Team Championship at Ascendance XIII to the Uncut Gems. Maybe Story wanting to set her sights on some singles gold now. And if she could knock off the champion here, I'd say that would most certainly put her in that prime #1 contender's position. Faith is hoping to kick off her reign, though, the right way. A very nice back and forth here between these two to get the match underway. The head scissors. Not even a full day of tips from Danielle Davis, and I'd say Sophia E. Faith is already looking better than she has before. And look, you're trained by one of the greats here in CMV, Aaron Stone, 3-time global champion, and now getting pointers from, let's say, many would consider to be one of the top female performers in CMV history, Danielle Davis. Forget about it. Sophia E. Faith being molded, being groomed to become a major player here in this women's division. Got a hold of Brina Story's arm right now. Really yanking on that thing, my goodness. Well, the Mighty Bees, Brina Story and Bea Bear, they had a historic run with the Women's Tag Team Championship. It was sad, even I was a little bit sad to see it come to an end. But the Uncut Gems, this new attitude of theirs, they've just been borderline unstoppable and can't hold anything against them. They were the better team at the show of shows. And now Story wants to move on to bigger and better things. To the jaw. Sophia, though, fires right back with an elbow. As Davis continues to watch closely, like a coach in the corner of a cage fighter, shouting tips. Faith gonna grab Story by the back of the head, take her for a little bit of a walk here into the corner. Forced to smooch that top turnbuckle. Story, though, fights back. Nice roll out of the way. From behind, maybe looking for the sunny side down. Story, though, obviously knew it was coming. Avoided it. Now an Irish whip going to send her off the ropes. Not sure what Sophia was trying for there. Keeps trying to catch Story, but no luck. And a Michinoku driver. Not quite on Pierre Campbell's level, but lovely. A lovely one. Off the ropes into a DDT. Talk about getting spiked. And we're going to take her for a walk. Faith, though. His elbows off to the gut. Back and forth. Off the ropes again. Story with the drop down. Leapfrog 2. Goes low. Pele kick. As Harvey Hastings would call it, a headshot into the pin. Very close 2 count. Sophia wanting to get herself to safety, though. Brina Story, these forearm smashes. God, man. Big clothesline. Can't blame Story for going in. Like I said, non-title, but if Brina can get the victory here, could mean a future championship match. Uh-oh. Brina's lower back gave out. That leaves the door wide open. Sophia trying to capitalize. Brina, though, taking control immediately. Back from Sophia there. Rip off that arm. Is it time for a monumental moonsault from Story? 1, 2. But the television champion just barely able to survive. Knowing, though, you can hear Danielle Davis shouting to her from ringside, get up, get up, get up. Can't afford to lay around. Gotta stay in the fight. Stomp to the arm, gonna put Sophia on her belly. As Story looks to maintain her position in the driver's seat. Uh-oh, going to the corner. What does Brina have in store for Sophia E. Faith here? Drop kick to the side of the head. Things are not looking up for the television champion right now, my friends. This is not how she wanted to kick off her reign. Elbows to the gut. Trying to close that distance out of the corner. But desperation does not pay off. Came up short. And Story is there to take advantage. Back to the top. A second dose. Maybe, no. Story instead. With a, oh no. Miscalculated. That missile drop kick. Lucky for her though. Oh wait, no, Sophia. And a shot to the back of the knee. Story is just one of those types you can't keep down though. Just gets back up again and again and again. Sophia, guys, showed us the heart that she possesses at Ascendance 13. Can she do it again? Here we go. I hope you guys didn't have too big of a lunch. Airplane spin from Faith. Dropping her hard middle of the ring. Into the pin. Is it enough? 1, 2, kick out. Danielle Davis continuing to shout support. Will it be enough for Sophia here though? It's a motivated Brina Story. Irish whip off the ropes. Rolls over her back. Misses that clothesline. Head scissors. Woo! Look at this gal go! Greatest story ever told. Mark it out to herself a little bit. Goes for the pin. Isn't enough. Just a 1 count. Sophia picking herself up. Brina Story's right there to put her in the corner. To the top. Moonsault time, misses, but makes up for it. Wow! Classic Brina Story. And no! Getting to get frustrated here is Story, but keeping those emotions in check. Looking to spill those brains on the beltway. Right in the middle of the ring. Uno, dos, no trace. Topher, no trace. Story. Oh, now Danielle, look at this. No more shouting commands from ringside, gets directly involved. Does Danielle Davis distracting Brina Story. And gonna take advantage of Sophia. Scissors kick. The maneuver that won her the television title. 1, 2, but a kick out. Danielle Davis very nearly just costing Story this match. And you can't necessarily blame Sophia. Whoa, to the outside. What a splash. Big risk pays off. Sophia gonna throw Brina back into the ring now. Tries for the stop, Brina though with a big kick to the chest. Not entirely out of this one just yet. Ooh, kick to the knee and a DDT. To the top, Story. Gonna look to put an end to this one before it's too late. A second monumental moonsault. And what? What? Monumental moonsault times 2. I would have bet you my bottom dollar this one was over. And look at Sophia's midsection at this point. Could be suffering from a broken rib, guys. Look at the bruising, the deep bruising from those moonsaults, but it's not stopping her. Look at this. Another trip round and round. Sophia E. Faith Airplane spin again. Gotta be careful not to knock herself out here. One. Oh, only a 1 count. Sophia looking back for a second, they're like, really? Brina's Story, nice ring awareness here, gets herself into the corner. Unfortunately for her, that might be right where Sophia wants her. Set up perfectly to the top. Time for the kill shot. No! Brina seeing it coming. Spinning soul kick. Boom! Boot right upside the head. Trying not to let her get far. Sophia, though, back to her feet, kicked into the corner. What a match. Look at the choke now. Story getting perhaps a little bit desperate at this point. And try to wash that face. Even Danielle Davis gasped at that. I think that might be it. Sophia's out cold here, guys. This is unreal. What a match. Did I say when it started this would be a show stealer or what? Another headshot. Come on now. It's enough at last. Wow. That one even deserves a round of applause. What a match. Well, I'll tell you what, if Danielle Davis can motivate Sophia E. Fate like this in one night, I can only imagine what a couple of months will do. Brina's Story just about had to rip out the kitchen sink to keep Sophia E. Fate down in this match. But Brina's Story, guys, picking up, no pun intended, a monumental win, which I'd say, no doubt, sets her up. Look at Brina's hair flying around. I wouldn't mind a rematch between these two again and again and again after what we just saw. And here was the second Pele kick that at last kept Faith down. Big dub for Brina's Story. Hell of a showing by our new television champion, even in defeat. Well, my friends, we just saw Sophia E. Faith maybe not kick off her reign exactly the way that she wanted, but a phenomenal matchup against Brina's Story. Now, Thea, the woman who came up short at Ascendance XIII, not once, but twice. Day one, despite a hell of a showing in both matches, was unable to defeat Selena Adams for the LGBTKO Championship. That was day one. And day three, I gave her the opportunity. Took on Sophia E. Faith for the vacant television championship. And like I said earlier, ended up being one of the better matches of the weekend. But much like against Selena Adams, Thea once again unable to get the job done. But the fiery French woman is not quitting, intent on proving herself worthy of another shot at the television championship. And she's going to start right here tonight on Shockwave, guys. I'll tell you what. A win here for Thea will go a long way in proving just that. Because she's going up against the Hall of Famer, 3-time Women's World Champion, Ashley Rain, here tonight. Rain making her very last appearance at the Show of Shows. Last weekend in the Women's Gauntlet Eliminator. Ended up, I'm pretty sure, I went back and checked, ended up being the Iron Woman of that matchup. Lasted longer than anyone else. Good couple of eliminations, but ultimately came up short. Madison Reyes, our eventual winner. She makes her Shockwave debut coming up a little bit later on here tonight. And indeed, guys, there's only a couple of months left of Ashley Rain here in CMV. We got to drink it in. Announcing a couple months ago that she would be taking off the boots for good at the end of this year. That's still a couple of months, though. A lot that someone like Ashley Rain can accomplish in that amount of time. I'd say this is a true test for Thea. If she can defeat the Hall of Famer, the 3-time Women's World Champion, not to mention the 100 other accolades here in CMV Ashley Rain has on her resume. You kick off with a collar double tie-up. You might take a look at these two and give the power advantage to Thea. I wouldn't blame you, but well, Ashley Rain is known as the small but mighty one for a good reason. Will we get a clean break here between these two? Yes, we will. Oh, but it didn't last long. And a quick pin. Well, Thea cannot afford to be embarrassed like this. Kick out before even one. Nice dodge there by Thea. He's just going to pound Ashley Rain. Big shots to the back. Hammering her. And, of course, going to take a moment to show off the 18-inch pythons. Thea down on herself. Understandable. Missing out on 2 opportunities to become a champion at Ascendance XIII, but Thea knows full well you can't afford to quit. And especially when we're... Sorry, Ralph distracted me for a moment. What are you doing over there, man? They're running on this matchup. He wants the television championship. Watch out now. The big power on display with this military press. As I was saying, though, post-Ascendance XIII, this new chapter, it's a fresh start. As I've said a couple times, a fresh start. And Thea's got to look at it that way. A chance to start rebuilding, reproving herself, and earn that championship match she oh so desires. Gonna drag Ashley Rain into the corner. Face first off that top turnbuckle. The clothesline that might take the head off of the lesser competitor. Ashley Rain gonna keep her head on her shoulders for now. A fiery French one, big old splash. Might not be the biggest gal in the world, but that's still gonna hurt you. Good 150, 160. I would estimate dropping on you like that. Ashley Rain is in all sorts of trouble right now at the hands of Thea with a German suplex. Into the pin. Thea going to try to end it right here. Oh, kick out of 2. This is the type of win, guys, against someone like Ashley Rain that will elevate you. He has got to know that. I'd say there'd be no better way to bounce back than a win like this. Ashley Rain, her last couple of months here in CMV, wanting to test herself against this new generation in the women's division. Powerbomb attempt, Thea, though. Some punches to the top of the head, able to set herself free, and there's the Superwoman punch. And classic Thea, like a pancake, extinguisher. Is she gonna do it? 1, 2, no. Kick out by Rain, but Thea, not a moment of hesitation, not a second of wasting time. Up to Brett's rope. Vintage Thea, but Rain's seen it coming. Out of the corner now she comes. DDT, gonna spike the fiery French woman. It's right back up though, no time to stay down when you're in that ring with the greatest of all time. Turned around. What the hell is Rain trying to do here? A modified neck breaker out of the corner. Certainly hurt Thea enough rolling over to the ropes. Oh no, but Rain! Sliced oranges had her right where she wanted her kick out though. Thea set herself up for go perfectly for Rain there. Well, it's not over yet. Sunny side down, Thea saw it coming. What wherewithal by Thea. Big headbutt. Rain says, get me the hell out of here. This one was crazy. Thea not going to let her go, though. Oh, boy, trapping her on the apron. Big shots across the chest. One after the other. Down to the floor, far from a soft landing there for the Hall of Famer. Thea, though, going to throw her right back into the ring. She doesn't want to beat Rain by count out. Wants to pin her, wants to submit her. Wants to prove she can hang with the best of the best of the best. Not the foot stomp. Cheeky there from Rain, but it worked. Can't knock it. The midsection and chest of Rain getting all bruised up from those closed fists on the apron a moment ago. All the way into the corner. This is not where you want to be when you're against Ashley Rain. Thea knows it too. Gets it out of there. Oh! Out of nowhere! Out of nowhere! But still, it's not enough. Thea going to resort to try to tap Rain out. Half camel clutch. Quickly escapes, and though Ashley Rain's been busted open too. In the corner, another counter. Picks her up, Rain though able to escape. Gonna try for a desperate pin, guys. Rain is the desperate one here. No luck from the wrestling gods. Goes to the ropes for a moonsault. Gets out of the way. Just the big elbow from the big gal across the chest. Thea gonna beat her to the punch. But Rain, forearm to the side of the head. Sunny side down. But what? What? Rain's not going for the pin. What's she doing? Up to the top. Tom Harris special. A cherry on top. And Ashley Rain, no! Even with the Cam Harris special, it isn't enough to keep Thea down. Oh, we got the in and out game now. God, it looks like Ashley Rain has been run down by a Mack truck. Up against the ropes, just a stomp to the chest. by the Hall of Famer. Nothing fancy about that. Ooh, man, that cut. Right across Reigns' forehead, gushing. Off the ropes goes Thea. Ashley Reigns starting to dominate now. Thea, though, able to get to her feet. Kicks to the knee, super kick to the gut. On spaghetti legs here. Soup slam, middle of the ring. And Reigns, just like that. Sunny, side, down. This time goes for the pin. 1, 2, oh no, what? Even Reigns with a look of shock. 2.999, got her with the vintage Borton combo right there. I mean, at this point, what the hell does Reigns have to do? And try to get her up against the ropes again. Maybe another dose of sliced oranges. But Thea says, one is enough for me. Hellacious clothesline. But Reigns, the veteran, escapes the outside. Thea not letting her run, though. Like a torpedo. From the top to the outside. Try to get her back into the ring. Having trouble doing so. Oh, going for a ride. Electric chair on the floor. Further damage done to that already bruised back. Now we're back into the ring. Thea, don't lose focus. Stay on the money. The match book. But Thea knows it won't be enough. Or maybe she does. Didn't want Reigns to get a lucky rope break. And it's enough. Thea has done it. Thea has pinned the Hall of Famer. And you love to see it. Is this a bona fide passing of the torch moment before our eyes? An incredible match. And a huge, much needed win for Thea, but maybe even more than that. That post-match handshake right there, that's got to mean the world to someone like Thea, I imagine. And it's time to strap in, my friends. This has been an amazing show so far. Banger after banger after banger. But this right here is a matchup that, as I said at the top of the show, could easily main event in Ascendance. Nobody would think twice about it. And we're getting it right here tonight. on Shockwave number 139. Bob Luger, now a Shockwave superstar, a part of the trade between Shockwave and Octane. Gonna reignite an old rivalry with Shay Hoxton. Still licking his wounds following the loss to Chris Diamond at Ascendance XIII. And an even bigger blow to his ego after I told him he was off Octane and he wouldn't have the chance to get his payback against the British baller. Well, things might be about to get only worse for the work ethic Titan. The Hall of Famer, former CMV champion, the man who had his final dance at Ascendance XIII and was disappointed. Of course, a historic match. The main event of day 2 of Ascendance XIII. We were all looking forward to an instant classic, as was Shay Hoxton, but what we got was nothing short of a one-sided shellacking. Fact of the matter is, Schmitty, away from CMV for years, he was rusty, he wasn't truly ready to step back into the ring, and Shay Hoxton trounced him. A little over 5 minutes. Hoxton got the win, which in and of itself is nice for Hoxton, his final Ascendance, getting a victory. But Hoxton says he would have rather lost if it meant there actually being some competition. Called Schmitty pathetic. Said it was a waste of his time. And I honestly have to agree. Schmitty should have known better. He was in over his head, and he paid the price. But now Shay Hoxton, of course, no longer CEO, looks to ride out what will be his final season here in CMV before he vows for good this time to ride off into the sunset. That gives us another good 5-6 months of Hoxton. I think that's not enough, but we'll enjoy it while it lasts. And Hox says that's plenty of time to do everything he still wants to do here in CMV before he meets the end of the line. There's a long history between these two men. And Shay Hoxton killed Bob Luger's dog a couple of years ago, something I'm sure Luger is still not over. You can expect this one to get nasty real quick, I got a feeling. Two of the all-time greats, Bob Luger, Shay Hoxton, ready to get it on. And we have still, my friends, got that Trios Championship match to come. The Undisputed Elite challenging the 400. Xander Slate is reportedly still not here in the arena. As that match gets closer and closer. And obviously our big-time main event, Maggie Shaw one-on-one with Women's World Champion Alice Lake. As Hoxton looks for perhaps another very quick matchup. Tried to roll up Luger there. No luck, unfortunately. Big knee to the gut of the work ethic Titan. Follows up. Some knee drops to the ankle of Luger. Big power bomb. Stomp to the ankle and right into a Dragon Sleeper. This is not the best of starts for Luger in this matchup. The last thing he needs after being embarrassed by Chris Diamond and embarrassed by me at Ascendance 13 is to catch an L his first night on Shockwave, especially at the hands of Shea Hoxton. Luger might just walk into traffic if that happens. Back to the collar and elbow tie up now. Luger going to push Hoxton up against the ropes. I'd be very surprised if we get a clean break. No surprise. Kick to the gut. Referee's going to warn Luger to be careful. Referee's got his hands full with these two. Both the biggest rule breakers in CMV history. Taking control now. Bam! Face first off that top turnbuckle. Big hammer fist. Kick to the gut. And again. Hoxton. Come on now. Not impressed. And down to the floor goes Luger. Hoxton not chasing after him. Now he is, as Luger hits the nicest cartwheel. That won't win in the match though. It's been years since these two have fought one-on-one, but it seems like they still know each other very well. These reversals. Look at how Luger telling Hoxton, watch yourself. Check out that DDT though, Luger. Immediately exits the ring. Back getting caught by Hoxton. Gonna walk right to that corner. Busted open. Getting his face slammed off the top turnbuckle again. Whoa, where are we going? Hoxton up to the top, bringing Luger with him. The Hall of Famer powerbomb off the top. One. And it gets a 1 count. Looks like Bob Luger immediately back into it, sweeping the leg. And we get Hoxton up onto his shoulder though. Tricky as they come, that Hox gets down behind him. Face to face. A kick to the knee sets up for a knee to the side of the head. Luger knowing he's going to get out of here, but Shea Hoxton staying on him. Dangerous Queen's Revenge from Shea Hoxton. Luger bleeding bad. And vintage Shea Hoxton with that kick. Right upside the head. Which very nearly has the job done. But Luger, whose neck I have to imagine is feeling some type of way after eating the Break Your Neck Foundation not once, not twice, not even 3 times, 4 times at Ascendance 13. Hoxton would be a fool not to target it. And Hoxton is no fool. Luger making a comeback though, tries for a quick pin, kick out at only 1. The wrestling ability of Bob Luger. Outsmarting the gambler. Shea Hoxton now the one on the back foot as Luger perhaps. Maybe looking to hit the Coney Island Cyclone, but Shea Hoxton just knows him too dang well. Knew that it was coming. DDT! God, Luger. Vintage Borton combo. Bob Luger, though, ain't about to hit me with my boys maneuver. Gonna give him that old guillotine. On the top rope, another pin attempt here by Luger. Kick out at 1 again. Hoxton gets right back into the ring as Luger mocks him to his face. Pay the price, back and forth. Luger gonna turn him around. Now it's the snake eye for the Hall of Famer. Luger, beast bite. Beast bite locked in here. Very quickly. Hoxton to the wall. He was back 21, but Luger knew it. Luger knew it was coming. There's the cross arm bar. Hoxton is caught, but he refuses to let Luger hyperextend the arm and is able to escape. But look at that, even a couple of seconds in that cross arm bar going to hurt. Going to have an effect. Big DVD. Now we've seen Luger win matches with that forearm in the back of the head. Shea Hoxton obviously has done his homework. Narrowly avoids it and grab Luger by the back of the head, sets him up. Luger landing! Gonna try to beat him with his own patented maneuver. The cheek of Shea Hoxton never fails. Luger though gonna bite back. Elbow to the head. Hoxton now bleeding. As Luger just starts to go in. Coney Island Cyclone hits it this time. Gonna try to go for the armbar again. Shea Hoxton, dazed and confused, I'm sure, but still able to know what was coming his way. Up on the top, Hox with a Super 21. Can he get it to the pin, though? Yes, he can. 1, 2. And Bob Luger kicks out. Look how Hoxton doesn't even seem surprised about it, though. These two know each other far too well. There's a lot of things to say about Bob Luger. A lot of things you could call him, but in that ring, he's one of the greatest of all time. One of the hardest to put down for the count on any given night. And Shea Hoxton's finding out here. Hox to the top. Hoxton! Oh my God! Caution to the wind. Put that DDT on the floor. May have just cracked Luger's skull wide open. Man, this is what Hoxton was looking for at Ascendance XIII. This is Ascendance main event worthy right here. Hoxton has that Dragon Sleeper again. And Bob, look at the one tapping out. No, once more able to roll out of it. Both these guys bleeding. Both these guys hurting. A stiff Luger landing for 2.999, and Luger, and right about now, about to say a quick prayer to all the gods old and new. How did that not put Hoxton down? That cow kick might do it. Hoxton stumbling out of the corner. He could be out cold. Still kicking. What a match. Ooh, and now we see Luger stomp on that arm, trying to further soften it up. To lock in that cross arm bar again. Targeting the neck as well. And again, we see Bob Luger might just be unmatched when it comes to pure wrestling ability. Mat wrestling. Another pin attempt. Is this enough to do it? Yes, it is. Bob Luger pins the Gambler here tonight. Out-wrestled him in the end. And scores a very much needed victory. You can expect nothing less when you put these two in the ring against one another. A bona fide banger and a half. Well, Bob Luger arrives on Shockwave in a must-win situation, and win he did. I still can't believe Hoxton hit Luger with the Luger landing. That's just dirty. Luger kicking out of a Super 21 right here. But in the end, Luger able to utilize that one advantage he might have had in this match. His mat-based wrestling. And it scores him the victory. Look at the way he looked at Hoxton too after the 3 count. Woo! What a match. Luger has arrived on Shockwave, defeating Shea Hoxton, sending a message to all them boys in the back. The work ethic titan is here. Xander Slate's like 38, 39. Something like that, I think. If I do recall. But up next, guys, it is our tertiary main event here on Shockwave number 139. Post Ascendance 13, a new chapter. And every single match has been a barn burner so far. And I got a feeling this one's going to be no different. The executive chairwoman of the Killjoy Club, Stevie Gabriel, about to issue a more than likely not so warm welcome to Madison Reyes here on Shockwave. At Ascendance 13, Day 3, the Women's Gauntlet Eliminator match came down to Stevie Gabriel and the debuting Madison Reyes. They were the final two. And when the dust settled, Reyes with the win. There's a much bigger way one could arrive here in CMV, earning a future Women's World Championship opportunity in the process. But Stevie Gabriel, I'm sure none too pleased being bested by a newcomer here in CMV. Having that opportunity taken from her. And gonna look to make Madison Reyes pay. Maybe make her CMV tenure a short one here tonight. The Madison Reyes with that shocking debut at Ascendance 13. There's not many that can say they've had their very first match, the biggest show in CMV history, and on top of that, earned a Women's World Championship match. Oh, little trip there getting into the ring. Well, it reminds me of the old Chloe Marks. You can understand the overexcitement, I'm sure. Reyes is undoubtedly one of the more unique individuals, I think, in the world of wrestling today. I mean, I just passed by her earlier tonight. I was really minding my own business. I didn't even say anything. I just walked by her and she just went, ah! Right in my face. Made me drop I was eating a bowl of oatmeal and everything. Made me drop it. Scared the shit out of me. I can tell you, I am very much excited for her Shockwave debut here. Stevie Gabriel is too, for a different reason. We're looking to punish Reyes. Show her who runs this women's division. Big boot right upside the head. It is not a good start for the Madison here. Gabriel coming out of the corner with a super kick right to the jaw of Reyes. Follows that up. Gorgeous drop kick. Reyes bounce off her neck. Well, guys, post Ascendance XIII and following her incredible defense of the Women's World Championship as the main event of day one of Ascendance XIII, Alice Blake has found out quickly that there's no rest, no off season, because she has immediately been called out by a whole load of folks. Obviously, Madison Reyes, who earned that Women's World Championship match. We also had Chloe Marks during the post-Ascendance XIII press conference, making a pretty strong case for herself. Even had Blake thinking about it. And Maggie Shaw, too, fresh off of her murder of Beatrice Lotus in that Texas death match in Detroit. She's got the Women's World Champion in the main event right here tonight. The title might not be on the line, but Maggie Shaw, knowing that with a win, he would surely be named #1 contender. Reyes with some life at last in this match. These first couple of minutes have been all Stevie Gabriel. I love Reyes immediately goes for the pin after hitting one move. What a tactic. Oh, that's nice Meteora. And you'll notice that Reyes does not wear knee pads, which a lot of people say is a big mistake. Higher risk of injury, but Reyes uses a lot of knees. Quick spider pin. Gabriel going to try to take it like a thief in the night. Look at this, Reyes. Going to show her how it's done. Also unable to get the victory. Man, uppercut there from Gabriel. Whoa, all the way across the ring that was. Stevie Gabriel got some hops on him. That was an Irish whip off the ropes, and vintage Gabriel, guys, that kick across the chest. Doesn't go for the pin, though. Looking to punish Reyes, who hits the splits on her. Maybe thinking about taking to the air there. Oh, where are we going? To the outside now. Reyes preemptively chasing Gabriel down on the outside. And damn, there the snap, crackle, and pop of Gabriel's neck. From all the way over here off that modified, I don't know what the hell to call that. It was like a fisherman's DDT or something. Detonation kick has Madison Reyes at last starting to get back into this matchup. I guess I shouldn't say get back into this matchup. Get into this matchup, because Gabriel was doing as she pleased. Majority of this match, and Reyes, big mistake that might cost her this match. You don't play around with Stevie Gabriel. One. Stevie Gabriel. A look of understandable shock and awe as Reyes kicks out of the brainbuster at 1. A lot of people say Madison Reyes is thick. Oh, damn! It's like she's thick-headed, too. Not in that way. A visit to the chiropractor, though. Shifting the balance, not for long. Reverse DDT. And Reyes looks to the corner, hoping for some refuge, if only momentary. Gabriel stand on it though like peanut butter on jelly. There we go. Double knees to the back, but obviously Stevie Gabriel seen it coming. And a Ben Stacy-esque half Nelson suplex right there. Stevie Gabriel continuing to punish the head and neck of Reyes into the pin. I think that might have been, yeah, busted Reyes open. Didn't get the win, but another springboard coffin drop. Stevie, guys, is a woman possessed. Another super kick from out of the corner of the jaw of Reyes. Got to be hanging on by a thread at this point. I'm liking this Gabriel here, guys. This is the Gabriel we've been missing, I feel like. Snake eyes up to the top. Reyes in the danger zone as Stevie Gabriel from the high-risk district with a beautiful clothesline and not taking her foot off the gas. Looking for that brainbuster again. Reyes, though, says one is enough for me. As soon as she gets that opening, immediately shut down. Oh, not like this. The ref saw it, though. The ref saw it. Referee saw the dirty pin attempt. And Reyes takes advantage. Gabriel arguing with the ref. 1, 2. But Stevie able to kick out of barely Reyes. I went off those athletic maneuver, that beautiful moonsault. And speaking of her thick head, right off the jaw of Stevie Gabriel, but the executive chairwoman of the Killjoy Club not going to have this match taken away from her quite so easily. Reyes out onto the apron again. Looks like this time she's determined to take flight. What the hell was that? Like a springboard 450 clothesline. And she tapped Gabriel out with this in Ascendance XIII. Will she do it again? Tequila Sunrise, yes she will. Reyes gets, what the hell, what? But they were ready. The Killjoy Club was ready for it. Taylor Wagner and Amelia Jones jumping Reyes. Never had a chance. Not even a millisecond to celebrate her debut victory here on Shockwave before the Killjoy Club attack. And Stevie Gabriel gets the last laugh here tonight. Well, like I said, the Killjoy Club not exactly rolling out the red carpet for Madison Reyes here tonight. She got the win, but didn't even get a chance to celebrate thanks to the Killjoy Club there with that 3-on-1 beatdown. Well, now it's our co-main event, and it's time for the Trios Championship match, guys. And Xander Slate is not here still. We've been reporting all night long that Slate did not show up to the arena with Molar Nemeka and Silas Blackwell. In fact, his whereabouts, period, are up in the air, and it looks like, unfortunately, he still has not arrived, but this match has to go ahead. I guess Nemeka and Blackwell guys going to have to defend the gold on their own. The OG Dirty Heel has taken losing the Global Championship harder than I think most anticipated. And now he's leaving his boys high and dry here tonight. Well, the odds are obviously substantially in the favor of the Undisputed Elite now, but that doesn't mean that this is a foregone conclusion. Ruby Rebel suplex Tori Doyle. The Undisputed Elite cashing in their championship opportunity. Of course, because Suplex won the Slick Beat Memorial Battle Royal Day 1 of Ascendance XIII, granting her any championship opportunity, excluding the world titles. And they're wasting no time cashing in on said opportunity. And the stars have aligned with this now being a handicap match. The former women's tag team champions have got the deck stacked in their favor. Our co-main event trios championship on the line. It's going to be a handicap match. Silas Blackwell and Molar Nemeka must defend on their own against the Undisputed Elite with Slate nowhere to be found. They're not going to give up quite so easily, these two. They're going to give it their all, I'm sure. Big double shoulder tackle straight out the gate as the massive Molar Nemeka sends Ruby Rebel into the corner. Still to come, our main event up next, guys. Maggie Shaw takes on Women's World Champion Alice Blake in a non-title match. Obviously, though, big championship implications if Shaw wins. Look at this. Ruby Rebel off the ropes. Dude, god damn! An absolutely disgusting assisted tombstone pile driver. Luckily, Nemeka's got a thick neck. Oh, a spear from Plex. A Plex? Okay. Oh, we've ever seen her move like that before. A freaking double bounce moonsaults. Which even Silas Blackwell had to come in, make sure this one wasn't over quite so early. Here comes a knee from Suplex. The 400 guys in shambles with Xander Slate ghosting them, leaving them high and dry. We've seen superstars come back from far worse odds in the past, though, many times. Well, I'm not going to necessarily completely count out the 400 just yet. Samoan driver by Blackwell, prompting Plex to try and make a quick tag. Silas Blackwell will not let it happen. That's got to be the only strategy 400 can shoot for here. Try to isolate one of the elite here and just pick them apart best they can. And it looks like they're going to do that to Suplex. Tag into Nemeka. Double back body drop this time. The German former football player. Football. That is. Back into the ring. Nemeka going after Tori Doyle. And Ruby Rebel. While Suplex is down on the outside. Back suplex to Rebel. on the apron and now back to suplex. Dropping a leg on her. See, 400 in control here. Nemeka's handling all on his own. Tori Doyle's the only one standing right now. Nemeka can't allow that. Drags her into the ring. And plants her. Face first on the canvas. Look at Nemeka. You're like, who needs Xander Slate? Oh, but Plex is back in. Nemeka got a little bit too full of himself there. Wait a minute. Gonna try to steal it. No such luck for the German. Tori Doyle gotta get out of there before she's disqualified. Champion's advantage is in effect. That means that the 400, this match ends by a countout or a disqualification. Either way, they will retain the Trios Championship. Undisputed Elite have to win by pinfall or submission. Very nice teamwork there. Oh, but the hot tag to Ruby Rebel. Blackwell tries to get right after her. They were trying not to let that tag happen. Rebel gonna line up her shot for a drop kick. Right to the side of the head, but Blackwell, some expert ring awareness. Getting out of the ring to stop himself from getting pinned potentially there. And avoids that. Whoa! How about that power from Silas? The former Pure champion. Immediately pounce on Rebel as soon as she gets back into the ring. Always going after those arms, always. Looking to lock in that Kimura. Tags Nemeka back in now. Oh, what the hell? He roared at her, but Ruby Rebel spitting some type of mist in the eyes of the German. Nemeka might be blinded now. As the Undisputed Elite do what they do best. 450 splash. Doyle now with a moonsault. Big trouble for the champions. Nemeka able to just barely avoid that springboard Phoenix splash as he sends Doyle into the corner. Wise move to try and tag Silas in. Nemeka doesn't have 100% vision right now. After that mist was spit into his eyes. Guillotined his Doyle. You got to give props to these two guys. Moa Nemeka and Silas Blackwell. Most would have probably tucked tail and run with their third, Xander Slate, not showing up for this title match. But they are fighting. Oh, man! Nemeka getting his jaw jacked. Gonna try to make that pin. Stopped, though, by Doyle with a splash and the tag to Rebel. Up to the top. Crucifix drop from out of the corner. And again, this time a leg drop. Is absolutely suffocating Nemeka right now. Undisputed Elite is taking a page in a 400s playbook. They've isolated Nemeka now. Working to wear him down. Into the corner. Rebel. Gonna get a nice look at that ass. It's a nice ass. No time for that, though. Championship gold on the line. Uh-oh. Tree of Woe. In the worst position you can be stuck in. God. Rebel just repeatedly stomping on the sternum. And again into the corner. Bad place to be. Nemeka gets the hell out of there. But immediately caught with a poison rana. Blackwell again, the savior. Breaks up the pin, but fat load of good that'll do at this juncture. Undisputed Elite. Still in control. Nemeka's got to get out of there, and he does! There's still hope. Hot tag to Silas Blackwell. Takes down Rebel with a vertical suplex. Going to try for a quick pin. Desperation. Will it pay off? No, it will not. Mecca, what's he thinking? He should get disqualified. Silas distracted by suplex, I think. I understand what Silas is trying to do here. Take out the rest of the elite. Make sure there can be no tags, but this also gives Rebel a lot of time to recover. Nemeka tag back in. That wasn't a lot of time to rest up. What did he get, a minute there? Well, now Rebel's on her own, though. This is a great opportunity for the champions. Trying for a big kick, but goes nowhere. Oh. Whatever Rebel tried for there, to no avail. Death Valley driver. And tag Blackwell back in like you son of a bitch. Give me a minute here. Forearm to the back of Silas Blackwell's head. Trying his best to fire himself up. It's tough in this situation, I can imagine, to keep yourself focused. And what is this now? Power bomb! Do we have new trios champions? No, Nemeka not only breaks up the pin, takes out the ref too. And now we're without an official, at least momentarily. Suplex. KO kick to Blackwell. He's going to try to make the tag. Tag made to Tori Doyle. Technically, these tags aren't legal. The referee didn't see either of them. He is still down. Nemeka hits hard. Eat defeat from the German. Who now looks to hit that patented crucifix powerbomb. Referee's back up just in time. Oh, but he's moving slow. The referee's still groggy. And the pin broken up anyhow. That might have been the best opportunity, guys, for the 400 to retain. Well, Silas! Stunner! Thanks for coming, Silas! That allows Nemeka to capitalize, though. Tori Doyle said, get your ass out of here. Big chop. God damn. Remember the champion's advantage, guys. If this one ends by countout or disqualification, the 400 will retain. Up to a count of 4. They have, of course, until 20. And Nemeka gonna throw Tori Doyle back into the ring. Silas, whose jaw is sore right about now, I'm willing to bet. Rebel gonna try. Oh, Rebel! Knocking Nemeka off the top. But Nemeka thinks fast. Big man flies. With that springboard splash. I told you, don't count out the 400. Don't be so quick to say it's done and dusted. The super kick package power driver combo again. Doyle, though, gets the tag. In comes suplex. Silas going right after her arm. Oh, but he's still focused on Doyle. Wants to make her pay for that stunner. Doyle's not the legal one, Silas. What the hell is he doing? Suplex. Taking advantage of Silas's idiocy. He forgot who was legal. Oh, landed on his knee. I don't think that's exactly what Suplex was aiming for there, but landed right on his knee, all that weight. And now Ruby Rebel tagged in. Gonna go directly for the kill. Elbow to the back of the head. Ruby Rebel, I feel like, very underestimated. Not just within the Undisputed Elite, but in general here in CMV. So fast, so agile. As we have seen in this matchup, she's trying to do something here, but Suplex is in the way. Suplex is not moving. You could help out your tag team partner a little bit. In the corner, though. Blackwell. To the top. Belly to belly. From off the top rope. Golly, man. I got all the respect in the world. I'll tell you what. For Mullen Emeka and Silas Blackwell. They are holding their own. Headbutt from the top rope. Is that enough to retain? Suplex. It's just the numbers game, man. And there's nothing the 400 can do about it without Xander Slate. They make that tag to Mullen Emeka. Tag also made to Tori Doyle at the same time. They're going to go right for each other, middle of the ring. Into the corner, Tori Doyle is dragged. Oh, damn. Nemeka! God! Rope burn to the face. And now in the corner. Trying for that tag. Tori Doyle shuts it down, though. Rolls out of the way. Stunner! Catching Nemeka again. Oh, but Mullen Emeka just too damn big. Tori tried for a powerbomb there. That was a mistake. And some more teamwork from Nemeka and Blackwell. They work very, very well together. I feel like most teams, guys, put in this situation would have crumbled quickly. But not Nemeka and Blackwell. They are not just holding their own. They are making this as hard as they can for the Undisputed Elite. Back into the corner, Tori Doyle, knowing they can only win the titles by pin or submission in the ring. Doyle going to the top. Blackwell tries to get out of the way, but he did not make it far enough. Oh, we've seen this before from Tori Doyle. The People's Moonsault. If you're going to steal from the best. And Cam Harris, of course. One of the best. Doyle's not done, though. Frog Splash. Do we have new champs? Nemeka refuses to go down without a fight. Breaking up the pin. That might have been it. Uh-oh. Tag to suplex. And things aren't going to get any better for Mr. Blackwell here. He'll try to fight his way back into the ring. Trying for a powerbomb. Pseudo. Too damn thick. Shuts that down real quick. Into the corner. Oh, cheap shot from Ruby. Break your neck foundation. What the hell? Right in front of the ref. And the Undisputed Elite gonna take it home. But Silas, oh man. A desperate attempt. Proves fruitless. Big knee. Right upside the head. And I can see Nemeka right now. I'm looking at the expression on his face. He's drained. He's exhausted. Nothing left. Suplex. Look at it. No, but Silas will not give it. Caught. Bully choke! Bully choke! Silas is caught! Are they going to do it? Yes, they are! We have new Trios champions! The Undisputed Elite have done it! Despite about as valiant of an effort as you could ask for by Nemeka and Blackwell in this instance, the numbers game, just too much to overcome in the end. And we have new Trios champions. And if I'm Nemeka or Blackwell, I've got a few choice words for Xander Slate right about now. This is probably the best moment of the match. Silas, back into the ring, immediately eats a stunner. Man, I thought Suplex was about to rip Silas's head off there in the end. I'll tell you what. Look at this bully choke. Silas, no choice but to tap. And we have new Trios champions, the Undisputed Elite, on top. And my friends, an amazing episode of Shockwave comes to an end. It's main event time. Hell of a way to follow up on Ascendance XIII, man. Every match here tonight has been at least really good to amazing. And I have a feeling this main event's going to be no different. Still unpinned, still unsubmitted, still undefeated, still Women's World Champion Alice Blake survived a hell of a match with Amber Young. Main event of Ascendance 13 Day 1. But as I talked about earlier in the show, has quickly realized that here in CMV there's no offseason, there's no chance to catch your breath, because everyone in this women's division of ours seemingly has been coming out of the woodwork to call their shot. Amber Young calling for a rematch. Chloe Marks challenging Alice Blake. Maggie Shaw here tonight. Of course, Madison Reyes winning the women's eliminator has earned a shot at Blake's championship. Well, Blake hopes to at least take care of one of these threats here tonight. Might be the biggest threat of them all, in the form of Deadeye Maggie Shaw. Fresh off of her live on-air murder of Beatrice Lotus, Day 2 of Ascendance 13, Texas Death Match. It lived up to its name. One of the bloodiest bouts in CMV's history ended with Maggie Shaw having her hand raised high, tapping Lotus out middle of the ring. And now Shaw wants to use that momentum to try and earn a Women's World Championship match. Which I'd say if Shaw can defeat Alice Blake here tonight, there would be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That Shaw should be the next one in line to challenge the kick connoisseur. Last time these two met was a few months ago. The Women's World Championship was actually on the line, but the match ended up getting thrown out after Thea interfered and attacked Maggie Shaw. Oh, cheap shot from Deadeye at the start of this match, letting Blake know very clearly how this one's going to go. Now from the opposite side of the ring, Shaw, obviously the bigger, the stronger, the badder. And Alice Blake does not back down from anyone. Wanting to keep her 10-month undefeated streak in pristine condition. And again, I'll say Shaw is a very serious threat. Another cheap shot from Shaw to the corner. I'd be careful at this point. Much more of that, the referee might throw this one away. And that's a big opportunity taken from Maggie. There we go. Will we get a clean break this time? Come on now. That's 3 cheap shots. Blatant cheating. The referee's going to let it go, though. Not wanting to ruin what I guess has been an amazing night. Would be a shame if this match were to end prematurely, but Alice Blake obviously shocked about that kick out. Our next stop, guys, just a couple of weeks away to celebrate the spooky, scary season. Dark Carnival returns. After that, it's Battle Scars 11. Crazy. I think that there's been 10 of those, the 11th. And obviously, post Ascendance XIII, things keep on trucking. Ain't no time to go home and rest. Ain't no time to kick back, celebrate your victories at the show of shows. And we're right back on the road. Things do not slow down. Shaw from behind going to send Blake down to the floor. And this has been, thus far, I mean, we're only a few minutes into this match, but it's been essentially all Maggie. Oh, Shaw! Well, that might change things back into the ring. And what the hell? Is that Chloe Marks? What is Chloe has taken the Women's World Championship, and Alice Blake's going to take it back, saying, what the hell do you think you're doing? Oh no, but Maggie's back up, and Maggie with a big punch. Oh no! Well, Chloe Marks made her intentions known, guys, during the post-Ascendance XIII post-conference. Challenged Alice Blake to Women's World Championship match to her face. Alice Blake told Chloe, you better prove you deserve such an opportunity. I guess Chloe's trying to do that. Attempting to steal the championship. Super, what? Oh, what? Alice Blake! That's gotta be one of the craziest things I've ever seen right there. What was that? Superplex into a final cut, but Shaw with the right hook puts that to bed. No, not quite. Alice Blake just saw 10 months of hard work flash before her eyes. An undefeated streak so nearly snapped in half by Maggie Shaw, but I don't know, that distraction by Chloe Marks, I think, just pissed Alice Blake off. She's fired up now. Has really shifted things into a whole nother gear here at our main event. Off the ropes, drop down by Alice. Super kick! Gonna catch Deadeye. Might not know where the hell she is right now. Blake gonna take her for a walk into the corner. Scooped up, big gal. Blake going up to Brett Rope, our women's world champion, with a big knee. The modified version of Jetstream. 1, 2. But Maggie Shaw, hard-headed, literally and figuratively, able to keep her head above the water for now. Well, Blake has definitely amped things up here. Cannot afford to show weakness with so many sharks circling. New York going to chunk Maggie Shaw out of the corner for Shaw here, guys. I really thought she might have had it won after that distraction by Chloe Marks left the door wide open. She very nearly did. Oh, we're up on the top again. Shaw says, no thank you. Not a second time. Shaw is bleeding, by the way. Nice dodge there. Alice just too fast. Far too fast for Shaw to keep up with. Into the corner once more. Put an elbow to the side of the head. Gonna rock Alice Blake. Not for very long, though. She snaps back some kicks. Crossface! Alice Blake's got the crossface locked in. Can she tap out Maggie Shaw? Here in our main event. But Shaw refuses to tap Alice Blake, though. They'll try to finish her off, counters the counter. A desperate pin. Will the desperation pay off? Yes, it will! Alice Blake is still undefeated. Despite that very serious scare. Chloe Marks with the interference, trying to steal the Women's World Championship. I'm telling you, I really did think Shaw had it won after this right here. Thanks to Chloe Marks, but Alice, again, I don't know why I'm surprised at this point. After 10 months, showing just how goddamn tough she is. What a match, though, here in our main event. And Alice simply got lucky there in the end. Really just caught Maggie Shaw perfectly. Sort of a flash pin situation. I genuinely think this could have gone either way. The last minute of this match. But Alice Blake still undefeated. But like I said, the Sharks are obviously circling. It's not just Shaw, it's not just Chloe Marks. Seems like everyone wants a piece. Alice Blake just told them, come get some then.